You're watching SHOT Show TV. I'm Rachel Kopczyk, and I am up here on the beautiful live stage we have set up in our SHOT Show TV studio. And I am joined now by Jake McGuigan. He is the Director of State Affairs for NSSF. Did I get that right?
That is correct.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Why don't you tell everybody about what do you do?
Well, I'm the Director of State Affairs for the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Essentially, I do all the state level lobbying when it comes to anti-gun movements. A lot of my effort and focus is in the Northeast for obvious reasons. I don't spend much time in Georgia or Alabama. If I did, I think we're in a lot of trouble if that were the case.
Right.
But we do spend a lot of time and effort on the Northeast and even Illinois and California for obvious reasons doing that.
And you guys have a program called FIXNics, and obviously that's about enhancing the background check program. What else are you trying to get accomplished specifically with that program?
Well, the FIXNics program, over the past couple of years, we've actually had passage in 16 different states, making sure that the mental health records, those have been involuntarily committed, are shared with the FBI NICS system. Essentially, we had a lot of states that were not sharing those records, and the last thing that the industry wants is for a prohibited individual to gain access to firearms.
Right.
It's not good for the industry, it's not good for anyone that supports the Second Amendment. So we continue to hammer away at that, get passage in about 16 states, and we're now focusing on 5 other states which really are not sharing those records. As you know, we've seen a kind of a drumbeat both through federally and on the state level to get those records in there. You know, these people are already prohibited individuals. We're not looking to expand categories, and we don't want people to not seek any help or treatment voluntarily. We're only looking at those who have been involuntarily committed and have gone through the appropriate court proceedings. And those people are already federally prohibited in the first place.
Right. And you guys are also dealing with a lot of this. You have to deal with the states, right? Because it's really hard to deal with it on the federal level. So what are some of the challenges you're facing then on the state level, aside from what you had just mentioned?
Yeah, a lot of the issues that we're facing, you know, as you know, federally, you know, the Senate and the House are controlled by basically pro-gun majorities. And so what the battle becomes is going down to the state level. You have the state level where they're looking to do assault weapons bans, magazine capacity restrictions, you know, the no-fly, no-buy terrorist watch list legislation. So these are a lot of issues that are going to go down to the state levels. We're seeing already early on this year, Oregon has a piece of legislation introduced on assault weapons and magazine capacity. California, they're trying to ban any semi-automatic rifles that center-fire semi-automatic rifles.
Right.
And so they were getting rid of the bullet button in California as well. So that's really where the battle is taking place, is on the state levels and the state capitals around the country.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be had over time.
Definitely.
You know, there's a lot of work. Now, what can people who are here, who are part of NSSF, who are part of SHOT Show, what can they do to help assist in getting some of these regulations passed, especially when it comes to the NICS?
Yeah, I think most importantly on the FIXNics issue is for people to understand that we're not trying to expand categories. We just want to put those who have been involuntarily committed into the system. There's a lot of misunderstanding of that. People think that we're creating a database of people that can't own firearms, and really that's not the issue. And I think what we need is to make sure that we're unified on that front. But not only that front, we need to be unified on defense too. When we see these assault weapons bans, these magazine capacities, these bills that will continue to pop up, and even traditional ammunition. You know, lead ammunition, they're trying to ban that in the states. That's a hunting issue, that's a humane society pushing that. We need to work together as a group, and unified group on that. They're unified, and I think we, you know, the shotgun shooters, the pistol shooters, everyone needs to work together to fight this, because it'll be a death by 1,000 cuts to take away our rights.
It's true. Let's talk briefly about the Sunday hunting initiative and effort that you guys are also working. There's still, what, 11 states that still have a ban?
They have a partial ban in some of those states. We're down to about 5 or 6 that have a complete ban. The other ones may allow archery, may allow it on private land. It's funny, you talk to a lot of people out here and they go, what do you mean you can't hunt on Sundays?
Right.
You know, what does that even mean? It's an old antiquated blue law basically in the East Coast, where many stores weren't open on Sundays,
Yep.
And that goes back to even alcohol sales and various other things. So, one of the last remaining things out there is hunting and not allowed to hunt on Sundays. So it's amazing how difficult it is to get some of this legislation passed. We've had success in the past couple of years. We've got passage in North Carolina, and we also got passage in Virginia as well. So those were two states that you have you have some sportsmen that may not be supportive, and then you also have landowners, and then even those who, from the religious side of things, that still believe on the Sunday should be left as Lord's Day. So that's kind of the battle that we have on Sunday hunting. We're all about your choice to go out if you want to hunt on Sundays, and one of the biggest issues that we see in increasing hunting license sales is lack of time and access. So the easiest way to fix the lack of time is to allow a hunter to go out on Sundays. They're not going to travel to a state where it has a Sunday hunting ban if Saturday's a bad day. Why
Right.
even waste the weekend?
Yeah.
So we continue to hammer away at the economic impact, the number of hunting license sales, the number of out-of-state hunters that will come into your state. And so this legislative session, we're really focusing on West Virginia. West Virginia has a county by county. There are 55 counties in West Virginia, and only 22 of them allow Sunday hunting right now. So we actually want to come at it and try to get passage completely through West Virginia for all 55 counties. And we want to look at it more from private land only. We learned in our polling that private land, having the government tell you what you can do on your private land, polled the best. Nothing about the hunting issue, nothing about sportsmen or the Sunday. It's you own 60 acres, you should be allowed to hunt on Sundays if you want on your 60 acres. And that's really what we push on the private property side.
All right, thanks for the update.
Great.
Thanks for filling us in on all the hard work you guys are doing.
Thank you, Rachel.
Appreciate it. You're watching SHOT Show TV.